What's up, guys? It's Meg, and it's that time of the week again where we get to talk about the best show on television, AMC's The Walking Dead. We are on season 4 and the mid-season finale. Wow. What did you guys think of the episode? I couldn't sleep after I watched it. I stayed up like until 2 a.m. trying to fall asleep, and then I edited my reaction video because I couldn't fall asleep, and just wow. Let's get right into it. I just need to start with Herschel so I can get this out of the way. If you saw my reaction video, which I hope you did, it seemed like I got a lot of really good responses from it. You know that I was just devastated by that. In my predictions video, I did predict that he was going to die in that exact same way. But wow, it was a lot more horrible seeing it on screen than in a comic book, and it wasn't even him in the comic book, but wow, I feel like I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. Herschel, I loved Herschel so much. He was such a big part of the show. He kind of replaced Dale, and I really felt like losing Herschel was like losing Dale all over again in season 2. I was just devastated when that happened. There was so much action in this episode, but man, I did not want to say goodbye to Herschel. Wow. So my predictions were right. Herschel died by the governor's hand using Michonne's sword. I believe I did say that. And the governor died like I predicted, which thank God he died, because if he had lived, I just would have so much hatred. I would have a hard time watching the show. I mean, of course I would still watch it, but whew, we were done with him. We were ready to be done, right? I mean, his character was done. So I'm so glad that happened. Judith possibly died. We don't know for sure. I didn't mention this in my predictions video, but I was talking to one of my friends in the comments below that video about how in the comics, Lori and Judith had died during that scene, and I said, you know, I think it's too awful to kill a baby on television. Like, I just don't think they can do it. And it seems like they sort of found a way around that. Now, we don't know for sure if she's dead. There was a lot of blood in her baby carrier, but it's definitely a possibility that they just did not want to show something so horrific on TV. You know, it's different when you're killing an adult than when you're killing a baby. I mean, even if you don't see the baby being killed or shot or something, just seeing a dead baby isn't really something that I think is going to bring up your ratings. So that could have been a reason why they didn't show it. But again, we don't know for sure. So we see at the beginning of the episode the governor talk his people in to attacking the prison. Man, he has got skills at speaking in public and convincing people, because they did not hesitate. They were just like, yeah, let's do it, okay. The only person that was against it was Lily, which she should be. Look at the mess she got into. We see that Megan died. She was digging in the dirt like we saw. We were wondering why they showed us that promo, and sure enough, she was digging in the dirt, and she ended up uncovering a walker, and he killed her. And that was really sad. I just knew like the governor was going to lose his mind when he found out she was dead, which his mind was already lost. That's a whole different point, but whoa. What else? I have a bunch of notes here. I feel like I'm not doing justice to Herschel's death, but I'm having a really hard time talking about it, so I'm really sorry, you guys, since I'm not going more into that. Michonne made it out alive. She was the one who killed the governor with her own sword. I felt that was super justified, that she was the one who stabbed him in the heart, especially after he mentioned Andrea. You could see it kind of click in her head, like she was gonna kill him. But I also loved the fact that he didn't die all the way and she was gonna leave him for the walkers, but that Lily came up and got her revenge on him and was able to just kill him and be done with it, because he is the whole reason Megan died. Megan would still be alive if not for him. So good on her for doing that. We don't know what happens to Lily. I don't think that she died in this episode. Okay, so I'm jumping around from topic to topic on this, so I'm really sorry if this is all out of order and stuff. I just keep thinking of things that I want to say. So, about Judith, again, they had a whole bus. So in the show, we see like the older people and a lot of the adults getting loaded up onto the bus to leave Woodbury, or to leave Woodbury. It's kind of like when they came from Woodbury, all of the old people came off the bus and unloaded into the prison. So now they're loading them all up on the bus, and out of all of those adults, like that bus looked like it was full. Out of all of those adults, none of them could have watched Judith. That Judith was left in the hands of 4 little kids, mind you. What the hell was Rick thinking? I mean, I feel like it's Lori all over again at the farm, where everyone was always, she's always like, where's Carl? Carl, stay in the house. Where's Carl? Like, seriously, Rick? I know that you're busy and all, and you've got stuff to do, but you can't even find an adult to babysit your child. That's just ridiculous. And really the reason why she died, if she died, because there's not an adult while you're leaving your baby, a baby, in the hands of 4 little kids. Those kids are not old enough to babysit, especially if they're gonna run out with the baby in the baby carrier during a gunfight. Seriously? It really upset me because it totally could have been prevented. It totally could have been prevented. What else? So Daryl taking charge. Wow, he was amazing during this episode. When Rick was down talking to the governor and trying to talk reason into him, Daryl is up there at the top, secretly handing everyone guns and reiterating the plan to get to the bus. And he is on top of it, man. He is trying so hard to get them all out alive and to make a plan. And I loved how we all thought that he might get eaten by the walker, and the next scene we see that he's got the walker like in front of him as a shield. He is just so badass. Like, and when he threw the grenade down the tank and blew up the tank, like, wow, I'm sure every fangirl out there was like melting at just how awesome he was. And so we see, you know, during this fight, all of our main characters are split up. We see the bus leave with Glenn on it. We don't know where Beth is because Beth is running off to find Judith and Maggie. So our group is totally split up. So I wrote down all of this so we can kind of see, because this is going to be our second half of the season, is trying to get all of our characters back together again when they have all just gone off separate ways trying to survive and get the hell out of there. I don't know if they had a plan on where to meet. In the comics, they all met back at Herschel's farm. I can't remember if in the comics that was the plan to meet there, or if they just all thought in their head, you know, I wonder where the other people would go, and they ended up going to the farm. I can't remember. Do you guys remember if you read the comics? Either way, here is our group. So we have Carl and Rick together. Rick has been shot, which is just like in the comics. I'm fairly certain he was shot. Where was he shot? In the stomach? He was hurt. And so we see Rick and Carl together, stumbling off. They're devastated that they can't find Judith. They didn't even look for Judith, though. I mean, I just feel like if that was my child, any moms out there watching this, I just don't think you could leave without knowing for sure. I know I couldn't. I would risk the zombies, walkers, excuse me, and I would go in there and find my child, dead or not. We see Michonne, she helps Rick, and then she just, like, we don't see her again. So we don't know if she made it with a group or if she's on her own. We have Maggie, Sasha, and Bob together. Bob's been shot, but it looks like it was clean through, so he should survive it. Tyrese ran off, so I don't know what group Tyrese is with. Somebody made a comment on Twitter that if you slow down the episode, you can see Tyrese running with Judith. Have any of you guys done that yet? Because I've watched the episode twice, but I didn't read the Twitter until after I watched it twice, so I haven't watched it again. Let me know if you, like, saw anything, because the person on Twitter seemed to think, you know, that for sure Judith was with Tyrese. Let me know what you think about that. And then Daryl and Beth went off together. All you Bethel fans out there, I had never really thought about it until today, but whoo! I'm definitely thinking about it now, especially with Carol out of the picture. Glenn is with the older Woodbury people on the bus. I don't know anybody else of the main characters that are with him. So he's on his own. So we're definitely going to see Maggie trying to get back to Glenn in the future and get back with her family. Oof. And then the kids at the prison. Lizzie and her sister and those other two little kids. And they might have Judith. My thought is they either have baby Judith or they have the dead Walker baby Judith and Lizzie, because Lizzie's a freak. You saw her playing in the blood by Glenn's head in the episode, you know, where everybody turned into walkers in the prison. And she thinks walkers have personality. Like, she said multiple times that it would be better to come back as a walker than to not come back at all. So what if, like, she was taking care of Walker baby Judith? Like, wouldn't that just be creepy? Whew, I don't think they would do that to us, but I think that's taking it a little too far. But I definitely thought about it. So, you know, that's pretty much it for my thing. Somebody said, now I need to watch this again, obviously, because someone said that Clara made an appearance at the end of the episode, and I must have missed it. I was so overwhelmed last night that I probably missed a lot of things, so now that I'm more calm, I have to rewatch it again. But, yeah, did you guys see her? I bet that was pretty awesome. Okay. I think that's it. I may make another video if I think of more things because I know there is so much more to talk about. But that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed filming it for you. If you haven't seen my reaction video yet, you should watch that as well because it's kind of funny, my ugly cry face. And I will see you guys next week. What do you guys want to talk about? I can't just not make videos until February. Let me know in the comments below, okay? You can find me on Twitter at Meg_Stansfield, and I will see you guys next Monday. I hope you have a great week. Bye!